I can get away, I'll start with some logistical stuff. So these lights here, they're not the permanent lights, okay? Well, they they brought the wrong lights, stopped them halfway. They are going to be this bar. They're going to be in bronze, and they're going to be about floating around 8 feet off of the ground, and it has uplight and downlight.
Nice.
Okay, with 2 separate dimmers.
I was starting to wonder about the laboratory.
Yeah, it's a little, yeah, well, first of all, we're not used to, it's usually, nightclubish lighting in here. And so we're not used to it to begin with. And it was so startling, just like the amount of light from that one fixture. But we're waiting for the actual, the right fixture to come in, which will be around a week or so. And there goes Tracy. All right, let's get the party started. What's your favorite holiday activity? Ooh, does it have to be your favorite holiday for it to be your favorite holiday activity?
No.
My favorite holiday activity is eating.
Yes.
And more specifically, it's not even eating. That's a lie. It's actually cooking the meal is where I really is my favorite. Making food, feeding other people. I usually don't have much of an appetite after making a huge meal, right? Anybody else? What's your favorite holiday activity?
I've got one, Joey. It's Lorna.
What do you do?
My favorite holiday is actually Halloween, but I do love some Christmas. And we do the White Elephant game on Christmas to exchange gifts with the whole family that comes over, which is usually about 40 or 50 people, and nobody's buying every single person a gift. So we do a white elephant exchange, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. You do it with the same people every year too. It's all your family.
Exactly. And sometimes that expands, and sometimes that contracts, and sometimes it changes, and yeah.
Love it. That sounds like fun. Fun. Who else has a holiday activity that they love? You guys suck. All right.
Hyping up the kids.
Hyping up the kids. It doesn't take much, does it?
Sometimes
No.
it's kind of intricate if you're doing like Elf on the Shelf or
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean like,
making noises on the roof.
I had a stepsister, God rest her soul, who went the extra yard for my niece, and she had a Disney tree of like every Disney plush you could possibly think of. Just like you can't even see the tree, but she would like get a flower and make footprints. Like there were snowy footprints in the living room for the whole 9 yards. It was a very elaborate ruse. What do you got to yourself?
So recently, my kids are a little bit grown now, but we've been taking gingerbread homes.
Oh yeah.
And taking movie themes and then building the gingerbread home.
Oh, I like the theme
We've
thing.
had like Wizard of Oz set, different kinds of
What were some of the themes? What was the theme?
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
We had a Scooby-Doo. That was
Scooby-Doo's a classic.
And we just, try to have fun with the movies and bring it into the little.
Yeah. I love it.
I have two. One is for Great Easter, midnight mass.
Uh-huh.
And then the next day you get the turkey, and then you cut it, and then everybody gets the red egg, and then you crack the eggs on the top.
You mean in like babka?
No, it's
No.
not.
It's like Easter bread.
Yeah.
Easter bread,
Yeah. And then cracking the eggs, the red egg, the red egg, it's one night. And then for New Year's is the Masilota, and you cut the bread and put it into coin.
The coin, yeah.
So, yeah.
Eastern European kind of vibe, right? Yeah, I can't tell you how many Easter vigils that I was an altar boy for. Woo!
Hey, it's Andy.
What do you got, Andy?
What do I have? Well, if we're talking about Memorial Day weekend that just passed,
Yeah.
my favorite activity is going to Yellowstone Park.
You suck. Exactly. Your picture is like, there were a lot of bears out this year, or what? What's the wildlife on fire.
It's my favorite time to go because the park literally just opened all the entrances. So the tourism has not quite spun up yet. All the babies are out, the bears are out. It's unbelievable, and there's no traffic.
That sounds amazing.
Just
I
had two
love
open
it.
houses this weekend.
I love it, love it, love it.
Same as Yellowstone.
Anybody else before we move on?
I'm looking at Andy's bears.
Oh, the bear pictures are so beautiful. They're just good. I like it.
They were 50 yards from the road. It was insane. I've seen grizzly bears and black bears and stuff in Yellowstone before. Never that close. We also saw a wolf den, and we saw wolf pups popping out, which never happens. It was unbelievable.
But I don't know why I'm asking this question, but I'll ask it anyway. Was it a snowy winter or a not so snowy winter?
No, it was gorgeous, actually. It was probably 60 degrees outside and sunny.
Yeah. No, I mean, was this winter have a lot of snow, or was it different than any other year?
It was probably a little lighter, actually, little lighter, but there were parts that had a little bit of snow still on the ground, but it was warm and sunny and gorgeous and unbelievable.
Woohoo! All right. I'm jealous. Okay, let's get the party going. We got some new agents. Adrian, yeah, I love that. Right on the street there, man on the street, and Sunny, both new agents this week. Neither are here right now, but we welcome them, and we look forward.
Sherry. Sherry here. I mean, she
Oh,
was
Sherry.
announced.
Oh, Sherry's not on. Sherry was last
She
week.
was announced already.
Oh, okay.
Welcome.
Everybody say hi to Sherry. Welcome Sherry from last week. All right, we have, okay, so Samantha and I were talking, we're trying to create, there's lots of reoccurring themes with what's going on in this market. One of those are listings that are on the market for longer than they should be or traditionally have been. And so we're gonna have a mastermind for anybody who has listings and wants to mastermind around it next Tuesday after the caravan at 3:00. And it's, this is a mastermind, and so we want to work on specific properties and kind of problem solve and see what we could do to help move along, make sure we're all not missing something that we could be doing, right? The market's going to be what it's going to be, the buyer pool is going to be what it's going to be, but we want to make sure we're doing everything to get as much exposure as possible. Just getting people into open houses seems to be a struggle in itself. So let's do it next Tuesday at 3:00. Family picnic. We're zooming in on it. June 28th at Roxbury Park. Right? We're set up for Roxbury Park. It's 11 to 2. Bring your friends and family. Right? Bring sig others, dogs. It's a dog-friendly cat if you want. It's a pet-friendly environment, right? Keep it agnostic. And all are welcome. RSVP on Eventbrite so we know what to do and when to do it, right? Also, some upcoming classes we have this week. The morning show, is a must for everyone. That's every day. What was today like? What was our Win Wednesday? Every Wednesday they share wins, right?
We
Yep.
didn't talk about wins. This is Tracy. We didn't really talk about wins today. We really talked about what we're going to talk about next week in this stale listing class. So we kind of reviewed that and had conversations surrounding that.
All right, excellent. Anything you want to share, or you want to hold it as a?
I think we'll hold it for some surprises next week.
I'm on the edge of my seat. What do you got, Tracy?
One of the positives out of having slower open houses is having deeper, more meaningful conversations with the people that do come. And I think that's a win that we can take away. I didn't have a ton of people at my open houses, but I had 30-minute conversations with each person. And I mean, it was just lovely. So I just,
That's a plus.
it's something you got to take advantage of, because normally it's when we have these 50, 100 people coming through, it's just do. You don't make a meaningful connection. This is your chance to really grow from the opens. So that's the win.
I love that perspective. That's excellent.
I started my business off of slower open
Yeah,
houses.
you sure did.
And,
Every week for
Once-
almost a year.
yeah, and once COVID hit and things got crazy, I stopped picking buyers up at open houses because it was just so manic, to
Yeah.
what Tracy says. So, I mean, this slightly slower market could create a more balance.
That's the glass half full on it, for sure. Excellent. Script practice every Tuesday and Thursday. Script practice every Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 to 9 on Zoom. Also, command every day, Monday through Friday, 10 to 11. Scott Leroy with a fine offering of classes. Also, the mentee meeting after this. Today we're not having the mentee meeting because Richard Schulman's coming in to do a lead generation class. He'll be teaching that right after the meeting. And if anybody, is there a slide for that or?
Yeah, later.
Okay,
That's over here.
all right, I'll talk to you about that then. Also, Broker Caravan, every Tuesday. I did not go out yesterday. What did you guys see? Anybody?
I'll just say, we saw the house on Stanley, north of Hollywood, and I know you've seen it.
Mhm.
And so Samantha kept saying you had stories to tell about it?
Which house was that? Was
No,
that the?
he kept saying that.
Oh, the White Lotus house?
Yes. But it's also known as Disco Valente. That's the name.
The Lenny Kravitz house.
Oh, the Lenny Kravitz house.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
why
You
is
should
it?
have said that from
Yeah.
the beginning.
But why is it Lenny Kravitz? Because.
He designed
He
it.
designed it.
He designed it
He's
with
a
the
partner- he's a
developers.
partner
Yeah,
investor in that
yeah.
house.
Got it, but he
Ray
never,
Williams.
Yeah.
did he actually live there?
No,
No.
Okay, that's.
that's just, he just
Because it was built in
enveloped it in his
2023.
vibe.
Yeah,
Is that?
has anyone ever actually lived in it?
No.
No, right?
New part of it.
Yeah, they
do.
Yeah.
It,
It's,
it,
It's an
I
amazing.
danced in it.
Bono's
You've
doing
danced in it
one.
before?
They had a big party.
Yeah.
do you,
Listed
does,
at 34 million for this.
well, it's down.
It's already at like 50.
Yeah, it's down,
Yeah.
yeah. It's still raining and, they're still, well, if they're the investors.
I mean, it's awesome.
It's an amazing.
Is that the one that's been on the market forever?
100 years.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, Lenny Kravitz is the one?
yeah.
Lenny Kravitz designed it and was he's one of
The
the
one that's
partners.
got that big waterfall when you walk?
The waterfall, the black lava.
The
tiki
downstairs,
torches,
like,
the-
And it was on Selling Sunset.
Yeah, no, it's a compelling property, right?
It's great
It's
for
a lot.
movies and shows because of all the pools looking out,
It's a lot.
you know?
And then another thing we saw yesterday, which I thought was pretty cool, is we did see tenants in common, which there's not a lot of those, properties. And what I liked is that the listing agent had two different sheets because of the tenants in common. So one is TIC lenders, tenants in common lenders, 25% down with better rates, and then 15% down. And they give 3 different referrals, so I thought
The
that was super
25%
helpful.
down, what were the rates like?
It didn't give that.
Oh,
Did you keep the contact information for the lenders? Because not every lender can lend on a TIC.
There's only a couple.
Yeah, and then they also give a little blurb on what is a TIC, what's the advantage over a condo. And I just thought that was super helpful
Yeah.
for agents, because, sometimes agents, this goes along with the listing mastermind. So if you have something complicated about your property, some agents, if they don't understand it, they won't take the time to figure out what that means. What does tenants in common mean? They just want to know that property sometimes. So I just thought it was super helpful that agent.
I think
Get some
maybe
education.
this might be a good time for tenants in common. New York City, very, very common to have tenant in common or co-op framework for property. It's undivided ownership outside a corporate structure, right? So it's one APN and, and then the corporation owns the building, and then it's divided inside of the corporate structure. As simple as possible. In LA, it's been really hard to kind of get off the ground, right? The whole concept of it. So I think that they're a little cheaper, right? Cheaper than a condo. And this might be their time because HOA dues are so, so prohibitive and, on top of the high lending rate for purchase that in tenants in common, you don't have that same problem. You get it for a little cheaper and it's a collective. You're not running it in the same way, the HOA. So they're smaller units, you could take a fourplex and split it up into tenants in common and sell them off individually without the constraints of permits and such. And maybe it's time in LA because that's the kind of density they want, and we need here, right, for ownership. So
I just want to mention, on my Instagram page, I posted a tenants in common yesterday, that it's a historic Spanish colonial from the 20s. They updated it, but kept the facade. So, but the great thing is, it's in Melrose Hill, very up-and-coming area, and they're only $725 each. It's a duplex, what we call the other. 1,225 square feet, 2-bed, 2-bath garages. I mean, where can you get them?
I don't know.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, right. I agree. Agreed. So hopefully, maybe see more TICs. I think it's a great solution. All right. We have coaching every Monday and Friday, fire coaching, and that is at 10 o'clock on Zoom or in the Beverly Hills and Hollywood Hills office. And core services. Let's get Andy going. Right, Andy?
Yeah, let's get it going. Inflation data is coming out this week. We're expecting a drop. Some of the Fed members spoke out. Essentially, the feeling is if they can get, so there's a bunch of heat on whether there's a 50% tariff going on the EU or not. Negotiations are kind of at a stalemate. The consensus is if there can be an agreement to get tariffs around the 10% mark, that would be the kicker for the Fed to then drop the Fed fund rate. There is still sentiment about going into a recession. Consumer debt is at an all-time high on every level. So consumers need the Fed fund rate to come down. Once the risk and the volatility of the tariff conversation comes down, that will be the indicator for the Fed to start dropping rates. And we could see that the second half of the year, which is not that far off. We're coming up on the third quarter of the year already. So just keep that in mind. And when you're looking at the news, there's so much volatility, but that would be an indicator on the Fed potentially dropping rates. So keep your eyes on that. And inflation is expected to come down. The headline number is just about near that 2% mark that the Fed's been talking about for years and years and years. If the data comes out where they anticipate it this week, it'll put the headline number right around 2.2. So it's close. But then you factor in the tariff conversation and so forth, and it's just created a bunch of waves in the market. So rates are holding steady somewhere around the 7% mark, depending on somebody's qualifications and so forth. So holding steady, that's about it. Lots of conversations around refinances and people cashing out to buy new properties with the idea of eventually selling. So keep that in mind.
Excellent. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, you bet.
All righty, Duncan. Dr. D is not in the house. All right, we're gonna move on to birthdays. So many birthdays. Holly Case, Gerardo, on the 30th. You have Giovanni and Christina, Jason Lavitt, Josie, Kevin Park, Sharon Bostomsky, Janine, and Miriam all have birthdays this next week. Wow. Pile up. Also, we have some closings this week. Pete Bonacore, Christina Clark, Steve Senegram closed a long road deal. That was what, 6 months, 8 months?
A year.
A year. Wow. Wow. A year. And he closed it. Yay. I just saw Steve at the supermarket, right? Something like that. Yeah, Tim Meidelschmidt on Griffith Park, also hard fought, getting that into contract, more than getting it closed. It was pretty easy once he got in there. Vinnie Park on Burlington, on Olympic Boulevard, and Maritza on 75th, both 347 and 349 East 75th.
We
Congratulations.
saw a park bench for Vinny yesterday.
Oh, you did?
On Caravan.
Okay.
Oh, there's Vinny's park bench.
Vinnie Park Bench, bump, Park Bench, get it? No, she's still not getting it. You never heard of it, a park bench? You know, I'm sitting on the park bench.
Bus bench.
All right, I thought, maybe I just thought it was funny. Steve Senegram Champ, have a new escrow on Colgate, Vinnie Park, on Bud Long, Laura Anderson on Khalifa, and Angela Bond on Avenue 41. We have some new listings. Tiffany Chin will be the first. Oh no, Vinnie Park. Vinnie Park on Westchester Place has a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,456 square feet for just under $2 million, 1,999,800. There's also Laura Anderson on Hauser. She has a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,577 square feet for $1,100,000. Luke on St. Andrew's Place has a 2-bedroom, 3-bath condo with 1,360 square feet for $729,000. Seems like a good price. Stephanie McIntyre has Exposition Place, has a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 525 square feet lease for $222,200. Get it out. Sometimes once I get caught in that cycle, it's hard for me to get out. Tiffany, you have Ardmore, 320 South Ardmore Avenue.
Nice little lease, 1-bedroom, 1-bath.
580 square feet for
Not much to
$2,000.
say.
Little outdoor space.
Yeah, has some outdoor space, there's a community room.
Nice. It's a community room, or
It is
it has
a
a,
community
there
room.
is a
What
community
What
room.
an amenity.
Christina Kim has a studio. I'm assuming that it does have a bath. But we'll call it a studio apartment with a bath on Spring for $1,800 a month. It's like a large New York apartment, New York City apartment. Pocket listings coming soon. Who's got them? Say it again. I'm gonna miss it.
Oh, our townhouse that we have coming, we have a 3-bed, 3-bath townhouse in Tarzana. It has 2 separate living areas, plus a designated dining room and a den. It is huge, completely move-in ready. We're doing a little fix-in right now. It's got a big patio. The community itself has tennis courts, a pool. It is not your traditional townhouse. It is tri-level, yes, but the bottom level is really just like bonus where the garage is. Otherwise, it's really 2 stories. It feels like a home. It feels like a house. It's an end unit. It's wonderful. My best friends lived there for a very long time.
Do you have memories?
And I do. They got married in their home during the pandemic, which was really sweet. And we will be coming on the market, I think, in a couple weeks, listed what did we say, 769?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's priced aggressive. It's priced a little low. So, Tarzana's great. You've got people looking in the valley.
Excellent, excellent. Anybody else coming soon? Pocket listing? Anybody?
I have my San Dimas, property on
Raging
Cynthia
waters.
Court coming soon. I know, right? Bill and Ted. It's excellent. Yeah. It's like, it's 4-bedroom.
4 bedrooms in San Dimas?
Yeah, and she's fixing it up. She just bought another property, which got funded today. So we got that done. Now everything's coming out, new flooring's going in, painting, landscaping. It's gonna look really sweet. I'm thinking it's gonna come on high 9s.
High 9s.
I'm gonna reassess.
What do you think the value is?
Oh, I mean, that neighborhood is so cute. I mean, just like all those neighborhoods, and the wide streets and everything. And across the street is gonna go on the market soon for like 1-2-ish, but it has a pool. Hers doesn't have a pool, but it has like a decent sized backyard where you could put one in. But right now it's just like a terraced and a flat area and a little eating area. So, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it goes at list, but you know, right now, I think listing it at that price is gonna be really attractive to buyers in that area because a lot is in the 1.2 to 1.4 range. And though hers is gonna be updated, it's still, you know, she owns it flat out. So it's more about, you know, kind of just, and you know, I'm hoping to get $1 million, but I'm gonna list it high 9s. And if it goes in the high 9s, I'm sure she'll be very happy.
Excellent, excellent. Who else has listed coming soon? Anybody? Coming soon, pocket listings? No one. Anybody online? No? Pay anything? Nothing?
Joey, I would just say, so like pocket listing coming soon, so we know the market has, you know, a lot of stagnant listings right now. So maybe the investment network, again, I hate to, whatever, talk about it too much, but I think this might be a good time when if you also have sellers that are limited in how long they can wait for something to sell. So again, they don't usually work with things on the MLS. I don't know if that may change, but for now, they look at properties that are not on the MLS. So maybe that's something worth bringing cash offer before things go on the market and then sit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and again, you know, it's a menu of items and I'd say the majority of sellers are life event sellers right now, right? Their motivations are different than people upgrading or even, you know, downsizing, right? It's a different kind of motivation.
Right. And they're not all low ball offers, like please don't think of them as like investors, total low balls. That's not always.
Investors seem to be looking for whatever they can get their hands on.
Right.
It's not a condo and not in the hills, but they're looking for, you know, I get 2 texts a day from.
Yeah.
Do you have any off markets? You know, like, yeah, sure.
Which I always struggle with. I want to tell them that is not a benefit to our clients. And why would we do that? We do have a bunch of stuff coming up. They're all leases. Are any of you guys experiencing that? We've got some pockets and coming soons, but they're all leases. So I'm just reticent to announce them now. But are you guys going through that? Getting a lot more leases than you used to in the past?
Yes.
Yes.
The easy answer is yes, right? And of all of those leases, how many of them are people who would normally sell but
They are selling,
leasing?
and that's what I'm getting. I've got 2 that are, let's put it up for sale for a month. And if I can't get the price I want, we'll lease it. But the reality is the price they want to lease is too high too, so.
Yeah, we've got one exactly like that, Charlotte.
Got 2 of them.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's for living select. Internal.
Yeah, that's to share.
Which actually brings me to one thing, since I don't know if we have an education tidbit. I had a meeting last week with a client, and I just want to bring this up because people get very hung up on square footage. And they read appraisals and they see that little bump that the appraiser gives you for the additional square footage. You have a 1,600 square foot house, 3-bed, 2-bath versus a 2,000 square foot house, 3-bed, 2-bath, and the appraiser will give you a little bump for that additional square footage. But at the end of the day, especially in a market like this, if you've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath that's 1,700 square feet, or a 2-bedroom, 2-bath that's 2,200 square feet, the square footage doesn't matter, because it's about the functionality and the flow of the house. And I've been having very difficult conversations with sellers about this, because they want 1,000 per square foot. And it's like, you have a 2-bedroom house.
Yeah,
So it's a hard conversation, and just keep that in your mind when you're talking to clients, buyers or sellers, because they have, especially that 1,000 per square foot number, I just feel like they're all very focused on it, and whether it's above it or below it.
It's been a bit, it's become.
And it's been like that for 5 years. I mean, this isn't new, but it.
Well, and it happens on the 5-bedroom houses too, like.
Yeah, I mean, but the one I have
there's-
coming in
there's-
Brentwood, we're
there's
actually
such a
gonna
thing as
list
too
it.
much,
The one I
right?
have coming in Brentwood, we're actually gonna list it without the square footage, because it is a 5-bedroom, 5-bath house, but it's only 3,000 square feet.
No.
So we're actually just not even gonna put the square footage on it to try to get people in the door, because the rooms, they are there, and it's beautiful, and it's done to the nines, but they are small. So I don't wanna turn off the people that are expecting a 5,000 square foot house.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's, I don't know, I'm just hearing it more and more, even with the buyers, like, oh, do you think it'll go for 1,400 a square foot? And it's like, yeah, it's Silver Lake, and it's 1,100 square feet, yeah, it's gonna go for 1,400 a square foot.
Compression, 1,100 square feet, 3 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms.
Silver Lake, yeah.
You get away with 2 bedrooms in Silver Lake.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to share a coming soon property that I'm photographing next week. It's in Agora Hills, on Saddlebrook Drive. It's a 3,100 square foot. I don't know how many bedrooms in that. It is a 2-story home. It's interesting where it's located on the lot, because it's surrounded by houses. You have to take a long drive to get there, but anyone is.
It's behind it's like behind the street houses.
There's a block and all the houses are on the edge, but this one you have to like get a long driveway and you're like in the middle of this
I love it.
lot. I've never seen a house like that.
We just,
Flag lot,
yeah,
very private.
we just saw those 3 in Hancock Park that I never knew.
Oh, the one that
existed.
Andrew has?
Yeah.
I didn't get to see that.
It was
Yes,
so
there's a lot of
cool.
driveway for cars.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's probably gonna be listed next week.
Yeah, it was tucked in that core, 3 houses in that core, you know, in the core of a block.
We used to call them pipe stems back east.
What'd you call
Pipe stems?
Yeah, they call
it?
it.
Pipe stems?
And it's, like almost every new neighborhood had it. It was basically a way to maximize people having backyards, you know?
Yeah.
So it was almost like, everyone was like, doop, doop, doop.
That's one. Oh, okay.
Star?
All right, anybody else? We're trying to buy, you know, normally we go along. And today we're blowing through it. And Richard is coming, Richard's coming because there were some regional awards that he's going to be giving out, which we're excited about.
Well, I guess I'll tell about my company soon.
There you go. Yeah, that's give it.
Probably all within a month, 4 to 6 weeks. So I've got 2313 Banyan, which is in Mandeville Canyon, which is a flag lot. That's the 5-bedroom, 5-bath, pool, plus flat yard, 20,000 square foot lot. Finally got the driveway poured, so we're waiting for the C of O. I don't have the exact square footage yet because they added a bedroom and bathroom, so we're waiting.
This is a like a developer.
No, it's actually, that whole neighborhood was built by a developer in the 60s, and this was the model home and has been owned by the same family since the beginning. They had a small construction-oriented fire about 3 years ago, so it's a restoration. And so it's complete down to the studs remodel. We put on a new roof. Everything is new sewer line. The upper roof is the only thing that is not new. Just poured the new driveway. We completely redone the pool, so it's brand new. new landscaping. It's gorgeous. It does not have views, except for one room upstairs, but it is uber private and gated because of the flag lot that you were just explaining. And
What style?
it's mid-century,
The century?
right? 4.5.
Was the whole development mid-century?
Yeah, that whole part of Westridge, Banyan and Bayless, it's all very mid-century up there. It's very close to the Westridge trailhead, which is, I have video of, is absolutely beautiful. The fire went all the way up Sullivan Canyon to that fire road. Everything burned. It's all coming back. It's gorgeous. It's these beautiful California wildfires. They're all purple and yellow with these little black sticks in between. So you really don't, I mean, I know people are worried about the canyons, but it's already burned. It's gone. I mean, it was already gone, and it almost doesn't even look like it burned anymore. It's green, it's beautiful, it's flowered, but there's nothing big and foresty left to burn. So it's really quite
你
pretty.
觉得我们那个 Ashton 1081还难吗？
Okay, come on over. And then I've got a really sweet Spanish style on the inside. It's not Spanish on the outside, so I think it's just that kind of interesting mix of LA architecture in Eagle Rock. 1357 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, but one of the bedrooms is really big, 2 closets, and then it has kind of looks like it must have been a screened-in porch back in the day, but it does have hardwood floors and it's closed in, so it would make like a great little office. The rooms are really spacious. Breakfast room, big living room, bachelor fireplace. It needs some cosmetic updating. We're doing some zhuzhing, but kitchen and bath could use some cosmetic updating. All the systems are new though. Water heater, water filtration, HVAC, brand new roof. Everything is new. The non-sexy stuff is all new. We're gonna go out at 1.1 on that, and it's on that little pocket between the 134 and Colorado and Eagle Rock, where you are at the base of the freeway. So when you look at it on a map, you're gonna go, oh, it's too close to the freeway. And then you get there, you cannot hear a thing. It's really nice and quiet, and for a starter home at that price, it's a great area. I have a land listing coming on Porto Marino in the Castlemar section of the Palisades. They just cleared, the Army Corps of Engineers just finished clearing everything yesterday. They took a long time because there was a bird's nest. Must have been a special bird. It took months. So that is cleared. I think we're gonna go out at around 1.5 on that. It is a smaller lot, but the views are stunning. It's Queen's Necklace view, and it is not on PCH. It's like 2 houses back from PCH. So it's not noisy, anything like that. PCH is open, by the way, if anyone cares.
What is the Queen's Necklace?
That part of the ocean that you see from.
It's Santa Monica Bay, so
It's,
you have your side
Yeah.
that you're talking about.
and then
everybody
Malibu.
in Palisades Estates, Rolling Hills.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And actually, if you're in the Westridge Trailhead, it's your view when you're doing that hike as well. It's that curve. It's really beautiful.
They are beautiful views.
Yeah.
It's clear. It's
And then there's also one, this one's kind of a maybe, but if anybody has anybody looking, it could be the reason to get them to move in Valley Glen it's a beautiful little cul-de-sac in kind of a funky neighborhood, off of Victory and Hazeltine. House is about 1,700 square feet. It's kind of an anomaly in the neighborhood. It's gorgeous. The house is gorgeous, charming, like you can't imagine, really nicely done. Client is an architect who did beautiful work. I mean, staging is like, move that book. I mean, it's gorgeous. They actually put in, strangely, an above ground pool, which I have never seen in LA, but they did it because it was cheaper and they wanted their daughter to learn how to swim. And you really would go, ooh, an above ground pool. I'm thinking to my white trash relatives, but she did such a beautiful job with it. The way she landscaped around it, it's actually a really nice feature. So it's got an above ground pool, an outdoor eating area, a spa. I think it's gonna sell probably for around 1.3. So if anybody has anybody looking in the valley, it's a really special property and I could probably show that one off market.
When you say funky neighborhood, funky like artistic or funky like
Funky like
mixed?
you wanna stay on your street.
Okay.
You get down to the end of the street, you don't wanna let your kid go hang out in front of the liquor store. So
It's a basic.
It's fine, my house
This
is
is what it is.
Send me down for scratchies.
Yeah.
How many bedrooms, Charlotte?
3. And it also has a converted garage that was a music studio at one point. It's got a bunch of storage in it. There's no plumbing in it. He uses it as an office, but it's a really nice room. Okay.
I got buyers.
What part of the valley did you say it was in?
It's in Valley Glen.
Valley.
So the dividing line between Valley Glen and Van Nuys is Hazeltine.
Yeah.
And it's on the Valley Glen side.
Excellent. Excellent. Hey, Pete, what are you seeing out there? Anything crazy?
You know, it's just interesting because like, there's some properties that are generating a lot of fires, like, split over the weekend, Memorial Day weekend, when you wouldn't think there's a lot of fires. You know, a couple buildings in Westwood, and then, it basically, you had 25 parties going through each of them.
Wow.
But then it's slow in other parts, like the valley's been surprisingly slow for under 2 million, which you're not really used to seeing that. So,
Yeah, thanks.
you know, but then, like, 2 weeks ago.
But it's been for a long time. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's-
had one last January that, I don't know if you guys remember, there was almost a hurricane. Like it rained so hard this weekend, they were like, don't leave your house ever. I had 200 people come through on the rainiest weekend ever. Like I almost canceled the open house. It was so rainy, no offers. It was like,
Yeah,
was
it's very unpredictable out there.
I'm very
But
upset
with
about
that, there's also like a lot of escrows still happening, the high end too, so your big money's out there. But then like 2 weeks ago, we had our busiest week in like 3 months. So that kind of came out of nowhere to see 5 consecutive days of like, and so last week kind of like slowed down a little bit. So it's just really hard to tell, which is why I think it's good you're having these meetings about like how to have talks with lingering listings. I think back to the basics is you gotta develop that skill set more than ever. Who knows, maybe the market will bounce back, just like Shannon said, with the rate drop. It's like, no one really knows, which is kind of good because no one can predict. So all you can do is go out there and try and line up more buyers and tell people all we know is now. And you want to sell it now, great, you're motivated, but
Relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
And for buyers, you know, the other thing you have to really put in front of them is lost equity over time, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
It's always a
because,
powerful
you
number.
know,
and we're still up. I mean, not a lot, but LA is still up. I mean, I don't know if you guys get the emails. I find them very useful from homes.com. They do like data information, and a lot of the major markets in the country are down year over year. I mean, we're not way up. It's like less than 2%, but we are still up.
We're like,
So-
most of that is not unit sale.
No,
units.
price.
It's price, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, well, compared to last year, for the first quarter this year, we're basically like at about 13% more like activity than last year.
More
There's
activity.
there's more listings.
That's for all of LA County.
Right.
So, you know, use stats where it serves you well.
Yeah.
There's some opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brandon. Oh, and look who's here.
Oh, yeah, sorry, guys.
Oh, wait, and can you do that
A
dance?
lot of faces.
I saw your dance on TikTok. Come on.
Do a hip hop.
I would like the hip hop, please.
We saw
that. You get us in a dream to it. I was like, being like, I'm woman, I just looked at that, but it was kind of embarrassing, but fun. So, that's it.
Move your body.
Right?
Move her to lose it, baby.
I've been with Fidelity title, been at it 20 years, and I love this office. I was there, like, when we were on bullshit, we were here, so it's really cool to see everything keep evolving and stuff. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, thanks, Brandon. Okay, we can move forward now, right? There's another one? Oh, well, maybe, well, fill the bucket, wants and needs. Who needs them? Anybody have them? Anybody? No wants and needs. No one.
I want someone to buy my Encino listing.
All right, see, that's something. All right, anybody online have any wants or needs?
I just have a question for, I'm sorry, I didn't know who said, but what was the 13% up from last year? Are you saying, is that just for LA County or?
Yeah, for LA County, I actually have the stats broken down, so I can share it with you guys. I'll make sure you see it, but it's all residential sales. Year to date last year compared to this year. So
Year over
Unit volume, is that?
yeah, units.
year over year, unit volume. Yeah. Did you get that, Jen?
Yeah, year over year volume, units. Is that what was said?
Yeah, LA County.
Okay, LA County, thanks.
Anybody else wants, needs, filled bucket? Anybody? 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 What do you want, Richard?
My calendar says to be here at 11:50. I feel like it's been here at 11:30.
Richard's going to be teaching a class right after this. We're going to do that also. But Richard's going to be teaching a class of lead generation right after that. If any of you don't know Richard, which I think is pretty improbable, Richard has had a team in Los Angeles for 17 to 20 years? 16. All right. How do you know?
Because he said it.
Oh, he did it? You're a good listener.
Because I just
Better
know.
listener than me. For 16 years, Richard's had a team in Los Angeles and does upwards of 200 transactions a year, right? Give or take?
See this year how we do.
Well,
On pace.
on pace. Excellent. So he has a system of lead generation that supplies him and his team with opportunities. It's not one thing, it's a bunch of modules that and activities that all feed the whole.
I'll send you a paragraph next time.
Okay, thank you. But in the meantime, there were some there are some awards that I'll get it out in a second, that Richard's going to present to our agents who have excelled regionally, right? And so they're big and they're beautiful.
They're nice.
I know.
They're big and beautiful. Yeah.
Holy crap.
I like the idea. You
Political
spent-
reference. I like it.
Oh, God.
Very beautiful. Hyperbole. So I'll turn the floor over to you, Richard.
Thank you.
Hello. Stand in the middle here, Richard. Come on. Stand in the middle.
It's
there.
easier on one side, now I have to rotate.
I'm sorry.
to Give people a. Hello, everyone, I'm Richard, thank you for having me, everyone. Nice to be here. I would like to give out these awards on 1 second. I just wanna, if people aren't staying, I wanna just kind of pitch the region for you guys. Does everyone know what the region is or what the region does? Does anyone?
Southern California?
Does anyone? No, wrong. You have to sit down.
You want me to sit over there?
You have to go with the regular people.
Oh, don't say. Don't give
The
myself
region, and we actually have some news, we've actually merged. So now our region is everywhere from basically Mulholland all the way down to the Orange County line. We're 9 to 11 offices, depending on how KWRI compliance counts us. The region basically is an overlay on top of the offices. Our job is to support the offices, leadership of the offices, and also the agents in the offices. So we do things that perhaps the offices can't do, like some of the training events. And we also are a liaison to KWRI. So I'll give you a quick information about that. I know you guys are dying for these awards. Let me tell you, having won some of these before, your wife and your children will be so impressed by these awards you bring home, and they will tell you to put them back in the office and not clutter up the house with them.
Is that what happens at your house?
Yes, they're all in a box in the garage. So, but one eventually Beth will be impressed by the awards. I'm getting there. I'm
You
getting
get
close.
too many. You have to space them out a little bit.
Yeah, I'll take a year off.
Exactly. You
So-
only get up.
So the region is doing a few really fun things, and now that we're combined with the LA Coastal region, which is the South Bay offices, we're gonna be able to do some more things. So we are planning, and some of this may be news to you, We are planning a bold for the fall. We may also look at doing what's called Sales Rocket by Jeff Glover. It's sort of a parallel product. So we're trying to figure out how we can schedule these things and make sense for everyone. So we'll get you up to information on that, and then you can share with the office. But expect to have a bold or similar sales training program, which I'm an enormous fan of, in the fall sometime. We have Mega Agent Camp coming up
The
now.
teacher last year was amazing.
At Bold? Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We probably will get a different one though this year,
We just-
but he was good. But whatever we have, we are going to vet who the teacher is. We're not going to just, that's part of the calculus of scheduling these things, is we want someone who's a proven commodity in that field, not someone who's doing their third time through. They can go to Northern California and practice. It's not recorded, right?
Yes, it is.
No. Let's cut that.
We'll fix it in editing.
We just edit that. Yeah. We have Mega Camp. Who's going to Mega Camp?
Austin in August. It's so exciting.
I'm glad you said that. The Austin Convention Center is closed for 2 years for no apparent reason. They're going to remodel
I'm
it.
going specifically because it's in San Antonio.
We're in San Antonio.
Oh.
The only time in your life you'll ever go to San Antonio, August 12th, 13th, 14th of this year. I may have some free tickets. Mega Camp's a really good event, especially if you're a producing agent, right? If you're a brand new agent, honestly, I don't know that Mega Camp is like the best use of time and money.
Bold is.
Bold would be much better, family would be much better.
Yep.
If you're a producing agent and you've not been to Mega Camp, I would highly recommend going. I might have some free tickets. If you're interested, you're on your own for travel and hotel, but it's really cheap because it's Central Texas in summer and no one wants to be there. Reach out to Joey, and Joey will let me know, and we'll try to coordinate some tickets. I'll just give you a quick plug for Mega Camp. I went in about 2010 or 11, and I got the idea for showing assistants, and I've been running a showing assistant model ever since then. I literally, I'm sitting in a giant convention hall in Austin in the summer. It's 100 degrees outside, but I have 3 jackets on because it's 64 degrees inside the convention center. And I heard showing assistants, it's been transformative for my business. So that's the type of thing that you're going to get from Mega Camp. And then we're probably going to do another career visioning, but we'll let you guys know about that.
Yep.
Anyone have any questions? Should we do the awards now? How much time do I have to fill? I'm trying to.
No. We had to fill the time for you to get here.
All right.
Yeah. And unfortunately, some of the people.
Did we buy these?
Oh, yeah.
Did we buy these? These are nice.
That's what I said.
We got these. Last year they were.
I almost say excessive.
This is a special one. So we have different categories. This is for top team in units. Tiffany Chen, number 2 in the region, doesn't have any units, but. How many? Perfect for children. Sharp and cloud.
You know, I mean, that's. 1, 2, 3. There we go. There's gonna be a lot of photos. I'm on you.
But wait, there's more.
We're not done.
I'm gonna leave this one in the box for you. This is for the top team in GCI. So I don't have the numbers, but obviously a very good number. Not the best, but very good. There you go.
Not the best.
At least he's not your father. You got an A? Where's the A plus?
My kid got a 97 on her math test, and I said, if you get a 97, you could have gotten a 100. Really, you're right there, and apparently
My father.
You should write a parenting book.
My father.
That was really good.
From having a mother like that.
I mean, if you're at 97, if you're number 2, we can be number 1 this year. And if you come to Mega Camp, we're going to put you over the top at Mega Camp.
She's gonna have a baby
She's
at the same time.
in her body.
Twofer.
She can't be a mom
Free
and a real estate
ticket.
agent.
Exactly.
Do you know how much money I've made from
She's
working?
literally having it in August.
When in August?
When in August?
Maybe skip Mega Camp. If you want, I'll get you a virtual ticket.
You do not want to give birth in Texas.
No.
That's for sure.
I made so much money from taking my kids to school and meeting people at school. This is an enormous wealth creation opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Number 2 in the region in individual team units, the core group LA.
Yeah. Hey, he's not here, but if you come up and get it.
I'm waiting for someone to stand up and come play.
No, Pete had he's showing a big listing, and Trish had a photo shoot. And so Josh is a surrogate.
You want a picture?
I was there. Picture, why not? What are you gonna do with it? Why not? Here,
It's for
I'm gonna drop this.
there you go.
There you go. All right, this one's still closed. I'm very curious for this one. Is this inspired? What's that? Oh, this. Come back. This is. It was closed. I thought it was like an exciting one. Core group number 2 in individual team GCI. The region will not replace these if you break them. And so this should be inspiring to you. This is the number 1. This is number 1. Net agent gain. Can I say some nice words about Joey?
Yeah.
That's fine.
But don't look at me while you say
We
it.
have time?
It makes me weird. Yeah.
I think, so this may not really matter to a lot of you, that Joey recruited the most people and lost the least people out of the office, but I think when you see that type of result, that means that you have a strong office culture. I know that Joey is an above average team leader from the metrics.
That I can handle.
And your team here is excellent. I always get a lot of good feedback. Your team is some of the times the only people that respond to our. Thank you.
Brian and Samantha.
I was looking at Brian.
Yeah, he's well. That's why he's.
Oh, I thought he was okay. Good job, Brian and Samantha. I've got Jen has our new ROM. Jen has told me like 3 times that you're the only person that responds to her emails. So keep it up. You're making everyone else look bad. So this is really an award. It's for you and it's for the office, but it's really it's what a great office you guys are have here overall. So I'm gonna throw this.
And really, this is a testament to Brian and Samantha, who really keep the wheels on the bus. You know what I mean? And then also the ALC, who really adds value at a high level. Thank you. All right, so that's it for this portion, but Richard's teaching a lead gen class.
I'm actually going to talk a little bit. We will do that. I'm going to talk. No, you guys. If you guys are so busy that you have to go. I want to talk. I'm going to have a goal setting as it relates to lead generation. I changed the topic on the drive over. That's okay. Anyone want to leave now before it gets awkward?